So, you want to be a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency millionaire. But did you know that if you were to be an investor in the bear market compared to the bull market, that's where the exponential gains lie? Thank you so much for being here on our live stream. Let's go ahead and inflate that like button to a new all-time high. We are live. Let's go ahead and get started. 42 of you are here, 27 likes already. Thank you very much. But let's get into today's video. The market right now is, well, very bearish. We're going to talk about that. So the timing of this video is very important. And every single day at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, we have a video here for you about cryptocurrency on this channel. Also, I wanted to let you know for the next 24 hours approximately, right here on my Instagram, we're doing a contest alert. Make sure you come over here, you watch the video. Also, you can see we already have over 100 likes and there's literally been over 100 people commenting for this contest. So if you're interested, we don't have a whole lot of time left. This one is time sensitive. Click the links down below, follow the rules correctly, and you could potentially be our lucky winner. Also, follow me over on my verified Twitter at Joe Parys for time sensitive details and alerts. You're not going to want to miss this, especially during the bear market. Also, we're posting over on TikTok. And we haven't been posting as much on TikTok. We're going to get a schedule together for TikTok. More short form content is coming. So let me know if you like that down below. But Bitcoin, 19,824 at the time of this recording. And if we take a look right here at the Bitcoin rainbow price chart, you can see we are literally right here, basically a fire sale. But why then is everyone saying we're going lower? We're going to go lower. Prices are going to plummet. It's going to be the biggest and the craziest crash ever. Well, it's because when everyone is up here basically in the last bull run saying that we're going to go to 100,000, things are going to continue to keep moving up and up and up. These are the same people that, again, you should be doing the opposite of the herd. Now, again, we will get into some unique situations here, but ultimately in the rest of the video, I plan on teaching you how I became a cryptocurrency millionaire literally in less than a year. I timed things very perfectly, to be completely honest. It was literally all the way back here when we were in a fire sale. So this is why I'm showing this chart to you today. I'm also going to show you the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, minus 31% at the time of this recording. This is huge because we're getting a massive discount on Bitcoin. How long is this fire sale going to last? And is this a true fire sale, or are we going to go lower? Let me know down below in the comments. And let's get into some of the comments here. Be honest with us, Joe. Absolutely. Talk about Rich Quack. Haven't heard about that one. We have ApeCoin. We have Skylab. We have Goat. Joe is the Goat. Thank you so much, Fresh. Really appreciate that. Sup, Joe? Says Jeff. What's going on, man? Thank you all for being here. 177 now. Let's go ahead and smash that like button one more time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We just got started. So let's get into it, though. How do we become bear market millionaires? That's the question that you want to know today. Well, I have some results and just going to share my own personal experience doing this in the last couple of years. So let's get into our little slideshow here. Here we go. Bear market millionaire. Buy low and sell high. We're going to keep it really simple with everyone today. The goal of cryptocurrency is to buy low and sell high. And that's why I shared with you this rainbow chart. It has never been broken underneath the blue for very long. I think it wicked down here a little bit. We've touched the blue, but in our entire life cycle for Bitcoin, we have never been below considerably this blue mark. Well, maybe something will happen in the future, but all I know is that a lot of the times these charts don't lie for a reason. So you want to buy low and sell high, but what do you buy? You all ask me that very same question. Well, if you come to a website like CoinGecko, here's what I have found to literally help you become a millionaire, right? Because that's our goal. We're not here to double our money. We're not here to triple. If you want to be a millionaire, you've got to do the next step in our slideshow here, which is high risk, high reward. And that's what this channel is all about. You see a lot of other cryptocurrency channels, they talk about the news consistently. They talk about a lot of other things. We specifically talk about new altcoins. We talk about the high risk nature of those altcoins. We also share with you new projects that are set to launch. And this is my aim and focus here because this is exactly what ended up happening to me and what I did to become a crypto millionaire. So here's my website, joeparys.com. We got new updates, new stuff, more free stuff, a lot more contests coming as well. But if you read this and you watch this video, I was able to earn $250,000 in 1 week. That $250,000 turned into literally millions in cryptocurrency gains within a year. Now, how did I end up doing this? Well, let me share with you the exact story of how I ended up doing this. So, the cryptocurrency was called, well, this isn't the right one. So, I think it was one of these coins. I think it was this one here. It's a while ago. But this cryptocurrency was on the Tron blockchain, so it might have moved. Yep, it was on the Tron blockchain. And it was a brand new cryptocurrency project. If you take a look at that chart, and again, the chart isn't showing up, so maybe this isn't the greatest story to be sharing with you, but I have to share with you what exactly happened with this coin. I think it went up over 400 times from the sale price. And the cool thing about this crypto was that anyone could have gotten in as soon as it listed. That's what you're looking for, is those kind of opportunities with crypto. Low amount of people that actually know about it, but also there's a lot of hype and FOMO and people that are going into these new coins quick. Now again, was this during more of a bull market? Not really, because this was when we take a look at some other examples here. This happened in 2020. So if we take a look at the charts, all the way back here, 2020, right here, Bitcoin was right about to start the bull run. So yes, was this right before the bull run was about to start? Absolutely. So today, a lot of these new projects are having a hard time getting off the ground, launching, doing new things in a bear market because there's just not that explosion, that hype, that FOMO. However, those could be some of the greatest opportunities for you. And let me share with you a really good example, because this one actually hit home for me. Polygon. And then what exactly I did, because I think that's very important for you to understand here in this video. It's like, well, what did you do? So Polygon Matic today is a top 20 cryptocurrency coin. It is sitting at literally number 15 right now and a $6 billion market cap. Now, I was one of the lucky buyers, and I say lucky because there is some sort of luck here, right around 0.0017. And if you watch my video on my website here, I'm pretty sure that I go into and I actually give the screenshots of this so you can see the proof of it. I was one of the buyers back here in November, December last year when people were talking about this crypto. And if you were to look at the chart here, it was going between 2 cents, then it would dip down to almost 1 cent. And these were big moves, right? It felt like a big move. It went up to 2 cents down to like almost a penny. That's like a huge drop, right? You lost half your money. It's like 40, 50%. And so this was doing this for quite a long time. But I decided to invest. You might ask yourself, well, why did you invest in Polygon Matic? Well, let me tell you. The reason why I invested in Polygon Matic is because I did a lot of research with the project, and I made the decision for myself, not knowing all of the details. This is the truth. I didn't know all of the details. I heard a lot of people talking about it. There was rumor that I was going to be listed on Coinbase. I understood the general principles, but I took a very small bet on this cryptocurrency coin, $2,000. Now, $2,000 today would get you approximately 2,400 Polygon tokens. But $2,000, if you would have invested at 1.07, would have got you approximately 120,000 tokens. So today, that's worth $97,000. Is that the right number? There we go. $97,000, from $2,000 to $97,000. And all the way at the peak of right around $3, 120 times 3 was over $300,000 from a $2,000 investment, well over 100 times your money. But when did I buy this crypto? I bought it all the way back here in the bear market. That's when I bought it. And so that is the absolute secret today, finding those projects where it was literally at a penny. The other thing that I did do, though, which is very important to understand in this story, is that I didn't sell at 21 cents. I didn't sell at 38 cents. I didn't sell at 37 cents. I didn't sell at those prices. I held on for the very, very long term. And I'm still holding on to my Polygon Matic. It's gone up, down, sideways, up, down. I could have sold out here. I could have sold here. And I'd still be in massive profits. But today, I don't need the profits. I don't need the money. And so what I have learned with cryptocurrency and how you can really become a cryptocurrency millionaire is you take a look at Bitcoin. How did these people become millionaires? Did they buy the top and sell the bottom? No. They bought low and they sold high, if they sold at all. And Michael Saylor says this all the time. He says, I'm never selling. Why? Because he has such a long time horizon. Every person I know that bought all the way back here, look at this chart here. This is crazy. We went from $500, $600. Would you like to have bought a $600 Bitcoin? I think we all would have. It went all the way down to $200. You probably would have been freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, this is it. It's going to zero. I should have got out. The same feelings of fear and greed that we're feeling right now. We're feeling a lot of fear. And that typically, not financial advice here. Remember, you need to do your research and you should never risk more than you can afford to lose. But what I want to share with you is here. Max fear, max pain, right around the $200 mark. One of the best buying opportunities of Bitcoin during this time, most likely. Again, I can't see the whole chart here, but you get my point. This was the time to buy. And then, if you zoom out, all the way to, well, let's refresh this. I don't know why. There we go. We know now, looking at it, that this was the peak, 69,000. This was the real peak potentially too. We are way ahead of schedule, right on 64,000. And there were indicators up here, I remember back during this summertime, where people were saying, oh, the Pi cycle top indicator had hit. And it did. But that was only one indicator. That would have been a literally amazing time to have sold up to 64,000 looking at things today. And so my point is that if you really want to get rich and ultimately be successful with crypto, you got to do the hard thing, which is, go back here, buy low and sell high. That's ultimately, but it's like, well, when do you know when to buy? Well, that's why you do your research and you understand a few different things. So let me give you another example here. Let's say you're looking at a new cryptocurrency project. One that we talked about today is called ApeCoin. So I'm going to give you a few examples here in the rest of this video, and then we'll take some Q&A. ApeCoin, right? A lot of people have talked about this coin. They have a new show coming out with a couple of the characters. NFTs seem to be growing and building, something that people are really interested in. So you take a look at this coin and you go, well, where do I buy? Well, this coin came out and was airdropped for free, went all the way as high as like $30, dropped on down, came all the way up right before their buy the rumor, sell the news event, right? So be very aware of these cryptocurrency coins. They can go way high and they can go way low. This is why it is high risk, high reward. And this one to me isn't even as volatile as any of the ones that we typically talk about on this channel. But my point is like, where do you want to start accumulating on this chart? If you buy at $3, can it go down to 2? Can it go to 1? Certainly, but here's the thing you have to understand. If it does do that, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell and take the loss? You see, the thing that I did with Polygon, and this is an absolutely huge lesson to learn, is that I remember going back here, and this is how you become a bear market millionaire. When I was here, I was so frustrated. I literally bought $2,000 worth of it. I thought about selling it. I was this close, I'm not kidding you, to selling this cryptocurrency coin. I'm really glad that I did it now, looking at it in hindsight, but I was very close to doing it. Why? It frustrated me. It went up, down, sideways. It wasn't moving. A bunch of other cryptocurrencies were moving. I was like, man, I should have bought that one. I was disappointed in myself, but I was like, you know what? Just take it as an L then, you know, learning lesson, move on. And if it goes up maybe in the future, then it does. And I'm so glad that I had that mentality, because while some of the cryptocurrency coins you do invest in will not make it, that is the nature of this game. 99% of altcoins, especially the really, really high risk ones, will not end up making it. But for the 1 or 2 that do, it can give you life-changing money. And I'm sure for a few of you, $2,000, $300,000 could potentially be life-changing money. That could literally give you an amount of resources that you can continue to reinvest in. You can continue to pay off bills. I mean, this is what cryptocurrency does offer you. And imagine if I would have put 10,000. I would have been a millionaire. 10,000 all the way to a million in less than a year with one cryptocurrency coin. All I did was buy and hold. That is why we're wearing the t-shirt. HODL. I don't say this because, and it's not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you what I did. And that to me is where the massive gains can lie. Now, of course, could Polygon have gone up to 30 cents and then crashed back down to a penny? And you could have said to yourself, well, you should have sold at 30 cents. Of course. But then you don't get these massive, massive moves. Let me share with you another example of a crypto that I talk about all the time that has done insane things. It's Hex. Hex is at 4 cents, down 92%. You might think to yourself, well, where would you want to buy? Well, if you take a look back at the chart here, Hex has had tons of these moves. We went up to a penny, went all the way back down here to 0.003. This is the first time that I bought Hex. Low. It was minus 78% that day. That is when I bought it for the first time. Then what happened? It went lower. It went a little bit lower. Then it came up and it went back lower again. And I was like, oh gosh. Then it started to move back up to 0.005. And I remember this next leg up right here. I remember this one. I ended up buying the top of this right around a penny. Because I'm like, I'm not missing this one. Like something, intuitively told me I'm not missing this. And I ended up buying the top, and then it ended up coming back down a little bit. And Hex frustrated me for quite a while because it went up to a penny. Let me go back here. It went all the way from here to about a penny, and then it came back down. You can see here it went to 0.007. Then it finally went to, right around 1 penny again. This is a whole, many, many months that this happened. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because you have to be patient with some of these projects that you have real conviction with. Now, I'm not saying that you should go and buy a cryptocurrency coin and just hold on to it forever if it's some random coin that doesn't really have a whole lot going behind it. Polygon Matic was going to be listed potentially on Coinbase at the time that I bought it. There was enough that I was seeing in the project to where it gave me conviction that, yeah, I can hold on to this one long term, and I'm actually really that early. Same thing with Hex. I did my research on the founder. I did my research on the cryptocurrency. I understood what I was investing in. So it's all of those things that you need to do, right? But my point is that this was the opportunity. And again, we went parabolically high to 50 cents, over 150x from this low. And I did end up selling in this 34 and 48 cent mark. Now, not everything. I still do hold a lot of Hex. I have accumulated a lot more Hex down in these lows as well. Why? Because even if Hex goes to a penny, I'll just buy more of it. If it goes, I'll buy more of it. That's just my own philosophy and thinking, because I believe in this project long term. And I do think, because again, I've done my research on the project, that this one will stand the test of time. Now, I'm not ignorant to understand that, yes, there are whales that have hundreds of millions of Hex, billions of Hex, that this project could all of a sudden evaporate and go to zero. That's the risk that you play with cryptocurrency. And so you should always never risk more than you can afford to lose. But my point is that these opportunities exist today. Now, where do you go to find them? How do you find them? Good question. Come to the search tab right here. Dogechain. We haven't done a video on this, but you can take a look at this project. During a bear market, this has made a very nice move up. In fact, it was at 0.0009 all the way to 0.0004. That's a very nice little move there. Now, the market cap is only $15 million. I personally don't know a whole lot about this project. I'm sharing it with you purely as an example to see what will happen and what could happen. And when you play with smaller market caps, these coins can move very, very quickly in both directions. And so timing, very, very important with crypto. And that brings me back to our rainbow chart as well as the GBDC. I hear so many people today, Bitcoin is under 20,000. Its closing candle is under 20,000. I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. It's going to go to 10,000. It's going to go to 8,000. It's going to go to zero. But bear markets never last. And I want to share with you something here that I think can really, really be helpful. And then we're going to do some Q&A. Fear and greed and the cycles are real. So we had a lot of people up here. Again, this felt euphoric to me at a $25,000 Bitcoin. Truly, it did. We had a very nice run up. Now we're cooling off a little bit. Now, what is going to happen next in the short term, nobody knows. But I have conviction in the long term that the cycles will play out and the bear market will end. Remember, bear markets in all of history have always ended. And then, if you take a look at Bitcoin, it's always made new all-time highs. Always. And so I think you're still insanely early. I think that personally, there are some incredible opportunities here, even in the red. The entire day is red, but this is perfect for the video. This is where you win. Millionaires are made in the bear market. Again, imagine this. Most of these cryptocurrency coins, and I'll use an analogy because this is a really good one. Take a coin like Hex. Hex is 92% down. If you were to go to a grocery store and, let's say 50 cents would get you one apple, but now your 50 cents were to get you 90 apples, would you be happy or sad with that result? You'd be thrilled. You're like, oh my gosh, I got 90 times more apples. This is amazing. I can feed myself for the next, 2 weeks probably. My point is that people, though, down here, they're like very fearful that they're getting more of the thing that they really wanted all the way up here. It makes no sense psychologically if you think about that. People are willing to just buy like crazy when the thing is going absolutely parabolic. But when it's down here, it's like very little volume. People are saying it's going to go lower. It's going to crash. And look, it very well could. I'm not saying that it cannot and that I'm not bearish right now. All I am saying in this video specifically is that if you want to be a bear market millionaire, this is where, again, we're in a fire sale, ladies and gentlemen. This is basically a fire sale. So can it go lower? Of course, it could, right? But you're basically in a fire sale. At some point, if you go to a grocery store and they're 90% off, are you going to argue with them for 95%? Are you going to argue with them for 98%? If they're 75% off, are you going to argue with them for another 5 or 10%? Think about that for a second. Understand that psychology. And I really do that has helped you in today's video. So, inflate that like button. 118. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really greatly appreciate everyone. So let's get into a little bit of the Q&A to end today's video. Shiba 3.4 billion and loading. DCA into Hex. No, they're fearful it's going to 0. I think your Hex decision is wrong. That's totally fine. Like, honestly, I understand that between Hex and a lot of these other cryptocurrency coins, like I could be wrong, but I'm willing to make that decision. And that's where, okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can live with that. But if I'm right, it could be life-changing. And so, again, it goes back to our slide of high risk, high returns. Hex is an extremely high risk, high return crypto. Next 1000X is going to be MMF ecosystem, September 1st. Farming on Chronos. Yeah, I mean, look, I talked about Chronos a lot and crypto.com, so make sure to check out the videos. Gary, what's going on, man? Funding Jim says, investors see the cycles and buy, depressing bears, sell euphoric bulls, staking ladders help a ton of hexagons. For sure. I mean, look, if you understand Hex in the project, and again, I'm not going to make a full dedicated video on this, but I will address this question. There are people that have staked this cryptocurrency for 15 years. Some of them are staked for 6, 10, like 12 years, even longer. And so what that does is say, look, I believe in this for the long term. I don't need the money today. And I'm willing to delay gratification. See, where people unfortunately don't become crypto millionaires is when they come to Bitcoin. They got in early. They found out about the idea. They thought it was great. All the way back here at $100, maybe $200. Maybe they thought they were a genius. Like, man, it went to $600. I'm selling everything, and I'm out of this Bitcoin thing. And then all of a sudden, it went from literally $600 to $1,200 all the way to $20,000. And you're like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have sold then. Then they end up buying it at $20,000, and then losing it all back down down below. Then they're selling it down here, and the cycle returns over and over and over again. But with Hex, what that cryptocurrency does is it allows you to ignore the cycles and say, look, I'll see it in the future. We'll see what the chart does then. And again, if you understand that psychology, this is why the chart has done what it's done, because more people buy, hold, stake. You're incentivized to do so. And there's a lot more that goes into this, but the psychology to me makes sense. Imagine if you could have bought Bitcoin at $100 and staked it all the way to today when it was at 57, 58, even 20,000, would you be happy? You'd be thrilled, I'm sure. So that's kind of, again, what is being said with Hex. Before 2019, staking sats. After 2019, staking Hex and T-shares. Yeah, there's a whole game to be played there for sure. Patience, it's not timing the markets, it's timing the markets. Yeah, there's certainly something to be said for this too. But there is some timing in the market too, right? So like, I think that, like, look, you can, if you bought the top here in April of like 50,000, you're going to have to be in the market a lot longer than somebody who's buying here at 20,000 to potentially see some profits. Right? Like if you bought back here at 3,000, the COVID dip, I mean, right there, like it didn't take you that long to be in profits. Where if this person, you know, you haven't been in profits, I mean, you're in profits a little bit here for the briefest of time, and it could be years before you're in profits again. So timing is very important. Like don't get that wrong. That's why I'm making this video. The bear market is where the gains are made. You know, like this is the time. And people, they don't understand this for, it's just emotion. It really is just emotion. People are fearful. They're fearful of making a mistake. Yeah, so UFO. Pablo Pips says, bought the course recently. It's a banger. Good job. Thanks, man. They're going to be doing some new stuff in the course as well. Like, honestly, I'm looking to update and do some more stuff. So really appreciate that comment, though. Love from Nepal. BTC more than 100K in 2025. I mean, certainly there's definitely a chance at that. Accumulating Ape, Sol, Ada, Avax, Dot, Sand, Mana, Gala. Definitely looks like a decent list. So look, we're gonna end the video here today. And before we do though, make sure to follow over on Instagram. We're doing some fun stuff over here for more engagement. And comment down below, read the caption. We're going to be doing a giveaway. All right, so somebody is going to win. And then from there, we're going to have second place. I haven't decided exactly what we're going to do with this yet. But come on over here if you're interested. And also, check out the Q&A. So I answer a lot of questions here in the Q&A. So if you have questions, like watch my Instagram stories. Because then you get to ask your questions. And then again, like you can see, like I'm answering questions right here. So you can watch those back. You can, check out my crypto lifestyle. Okay, so like, again, I share this to inspire you, right? To show you like, hey, look, I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk here. I travel the world, I'm my own boss, I can do my own stuff here. It's absolutely amazing. Cryptocurrency has allowed me that life of freedom. If you want to learn exactly how I've done that, again, rewatch this video, but check out the free training. It's absolutely free. It goes into even more details right there on my website. And, follow me on the social medias. They're absolutely free. Check out, the different videos here on TikTok. We went through a little bit of a phase of like trying to find the different types of content and what could work. And so we're really going to be doing a lot more content here. And I'm really excited for the future. So again, thank you everyone for being here tonight. And if you want more questions, ask your questions over on Instagram on exactly like those specific things. And we'll see you in future videos. Have a wonderful morning, evening, wherever you're at, afternoon. And I'll see you in our next videos, 7:30 here on the Eastern Standard Time on the YouTube channel. You're not going to want to miss it.